We're in a game of League and I'm about to show you how to win your games as KAISA. What is up guys, my name is MipZ and welcome back for yet another League of Legends video. So today we are playing none other than KAISA. This is actually one of my all-time favorite ADCs, and the reason for this is that she feels pretty similar to something like a Vayne, but she's a bit easier, but not really, but still kind of like insanely cool, has a bit more AoE damage, and in my opinion is just overall a bit more versatile in terms of what she's like good at playing against. And overall, like, I don't know, like there's just something about her that feels a bit similar but isn't really. Anyway, what we are going to be doing today is that I'm going to be showing you guys how to play this champion in the early, mid, and late game, so the overall strategy, and teach you guys some tricks and tips. I really hope you guys are very much going to enjoy it. I am going to be using this game as an kind of a way for you to get into my train of thought when playing her, and what I'm thinking about, why I'm doing certain things. So yeah, I hope this will be very educational for you guys and hopefully a little bit entertaining as well. But yeah, if you do enjoy this by any means of the matter or find it somewhat helpful, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't already. And if you want to see me live and hang out with me, then go to twitch.tv/MipZ_live. But yeah, with all that said, let's just get started. So first of all, we are starting out with taking our Q. This is just overall such an insane ability. And generally speaking, I don't pick my abilities before I need them. And the reason for this is that, let's say they late invaded or did something, then I still have the option of like picking my E or even my W if that may be better in a certain scenario. So I pick it as I need it. You'll see the same here at the lane, that we want to do the same thing. The general rule is that we want to, of course, try with KAISA to get the level 2 power spike. This means that I'm going to run up here. I'm going to use my ability. I'm trying to get these minions down before my opponent. I actually don't like, I do want to get all the farm, but I'd rather get the level 2 power spike and miss a minion than I want to like, whoop. Okay, I did not get it still, but KAISA did. There we go. I'd rather get that and miss a minion than getting pressured out and getting zoned off anyway. So right here, I do have kind of an interesting support. It's not often you see something like a choke ass, but we'll make it work. Like, you might think it's really bad, and like it potentially is, but at least our plasma does synergize with choke gas. So for those of you who don't know, whenever KAISA do attack a target, she puts on basically, that's why I kind of think of her similar as a Vayne, is that every time we do attack a target, we put on one of these plasma stacks, which is honestly really freaking good. Whenever we do this, we put one of these plasma stacks on, and once it hits all the plasma stacks, 5 stacks, just you can see right here where each stack, when it hits 5 stacks, it actually goes ahead and it kind of explodes, dealing a huge chunk of damage, which is absolutely insane. So this is something that we want to keep in mind. Additionally, whenever one of our teammates stuns or snares the target, use some kind of crowd control onto the enemy, then what happens is actually that that they also apply that 1 stack of plasma to the target. So this is extremely good, meaning that we synergize well with champions that do have crowd controls. And Cho'Gath in this scenario does actually have one. He has his stun, which works really well with it. I'm actually in a really bad position here. I might have to flash. I'm gonna have to use everything. I totally overplayed this. I should have backed out before, but whatever. It was a huge mistake on my part. But we'll back off. We'll do okay anyway. But that was a huge mistake. I should have backed when I was doing it before. All right. So as we're doing this, I'm just gonna heal up in the fountain, and then we'll run back to lane. But yeah, once you get the level 2 power spike, if you do manage to get it against something like a Caitlyn, it can be pretty difficult. But generally speaking, you want to try and see if you can get the level 2 power spike. If you do get it, try and push forward. See if you can make your support also go for like an engage. If they can get a stun or a snare on it, then generally speaking, it's fairly easy to get a kill on KAISA in early game. The way you do this, the way you do optimal damage is your Q basically fires off these missiles to any target that's within these this circle, but it spreads to all of the targets. So kind of what you need to be thinking about using KAISA is that positioning is key. Because let's say that this target is a champion, like this one right here. If I fire it here, I'll hit both. But if I go over here and fire my Q, I will only hit that one target, which is the cool thing. So you want to think of the same thing when you're fighting in like fighting champions. You want to position yourself such that you burst one target. You want to try and get that one target that you're fighting as isolated as possible. And you can do this even with two champions that are standing very, very, very close to each other. It's quite simple. It's just like kind of a finesse of your own positioning. But once you learn it, it's so good. And you can take so many people off guard because it actually deals like a tremendous amount of damage. Additionally, you have your W that is this long range plasma that is really good. But that one also puts on 2 stacks of plasma onto the target. Pretty often I actually end up, but I also have a lot of experience on KAISA. I know when I can win level 2 power spikes, and I know how I can basically utilize my abilities. The general rule in level 2 is people want to take E because it gives you mobility to both catch up to a target, but also to kind of what do you say, to catch up to a target, but also to flee away in case somebody catches you. But what you also can do, and this is something I especially do if I can feel that I'm playing against a matchup that just struggles against me, or that I can feel that I'm significantly better than their ADC or something like this, then I choose to go for my W, especially if my support hits some kind of CC. Then you'll see me pick up my W. I'll pretty often attack them up to 3 stacks of their plasma, and then I'll do my W. The reason why I don't do 2 auto attacks and then my W, so I'm only missing 1 auto, is because if you do this in early game, people will kind of read it. Like if you pop off your W early and they see that they have 4 stacks and you're missing 1 auto, they will flash. If they see they have 3 stacks, they don't think of the fact that you may have taken your W and they're now in a huge danger. This is a pretty common thing, even like above plat, that people don't notice this. They're literally underestimating your ability to adapt, and most people are expecting you to take your E at level 2, and to a large extent you want to do this most of the time. But if you can, like, this is why the general rule of holding on to leveling your abilities until you actually need it comes into play, because then you have this option. You have the option of taking your W, going for that huge burst that will just scare the crap out of them. Most likely you'll get the first blood, and even if you don't, it will mean that they will end up using both flash, heal, maybe even exhaust. So they will basically be firing off everything they have. The comp we're playing down here right now is a little tricky. I gotta admit, I don't have any experience playing with a Cho'Gath support. I think we can make it work because of the fact that he has these knock-up, which is going to be useful for us. If he hits it on the target, then we can go for like an all-in. But the thing is that this support specifically, or Cho'Gath as a support, I guess you would like to get kills on him because you want him to use his ult to kind of get the last shot, which is not a good thing playing with an ADC, because you want to feed your ADC. So you can see how these two things are kind of like a paradox, right? But yeah, we'll make this work nevertheless. But yeah, here in the early game, what we want to be doing is we want to farm up. This is our primary thing. We want gold from minions. We want to try and go for all-ins if our support hits a CC. Right here, I used my ult actually to just go all in. I was pretty sure that we wouldn't get the kill because he still had flash and everything, but it was enough for us to just, yeah, get some good damage out and do something. Again, this is a very risky play. I will use my heal to try and save him, but very, very risky play. Because their support could be coming down any second. All right, there's the ult. At this point, that ult doesn't deal a ton of damage, so that's fine. I think we'll just shove this and we'll back out. Because I'm sitting on a good chunk of gold. We have the lane shoved. The only thing that's a little bit annoying is if she comes up and pops her E. All right, she doesn't. Cool, we'll back off. This is actually not too bad. As we get back here, we have a good chunk of gold, which is really, really nice. And that's definitely going to help us get better into this game. And I think we can start picking up some kills about now, because we are getting pretty strong. We are a little ahead of their Kalista in terms of farm, which I think in this scenario is pretty decent because our comp is awkward. Let's be real. It's pretty awkward. We'll make it work, but it's awkward. But yeah, in the laning phase, if you are playing in a lane where you simply cannot get the pressure or you're pressured really hard, then what you got to do is just you got to sit under your turret, farm safely, use your Q to help you farm those minions on the turret, especially early. And once you see them either misstepping or your jungle coming down to help, that's when you want to engage and that's when you want to help out. With KAISA, what you can do is, of course, like, if you're equal and you know where everybody is, then in most cases you can actually win 1v1s versus a lot of ADCs with the use of your ult, because that's basically a shield. You have both a shield and a heal, especially as you get your... Oh, this guy's out of position. I'm pretty sure his support is not here. I'm actually just gonna go. I know he doesn't have flash, so... And this is what I mean. With Kalista, you can pretty easily take easy fights. Well, you can pretty easily beat a lot of champs in 1v1s because her plasma is really, really strong. She has really good burst. And this is something we'll talk more about as we get into the mid to late game, is how to utilize this dueling ability or this dueling potential that she has. Because what you can do, and we'll get much more into this, but is that in mid to late game, you can actually go ahead and you can play her a little bit like a mixture between an assassin and an ADC, meaning that you can jump onto their backline and assassinate that target, which both can be a good way of peeling yourself and a good way of literally just winning the whole fight for your team. I'll try and see if I can show you this. Whoop, I'm probably... Whoop, it's a little close. All right, so right here, we're going to get some good burst out. We know she doesn't have snare, so I'm going to actually just go all in here. Whoop. This is fine. Nice. Very, very nice. I did still have my ult, so I was not scared in this engage at all. The one thing I should have done is I should have ulted her ult or her snare, potentially, to play it 100% safe, but it turned out okay. They're not really that strong at this point. So, and right now we're just kind of snowballing, and this is what I mean, and what we talked about a little earlier is that because of the fact that Cho'Gath has a stun, and we're sitting in a scenario where we actually can win these like where KAISA actually can work with him. But of course it's definitely not ideal, but we knew what we need to play around. We need to play around that stun. All right, so right here I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna shove this, get this farm, and I'm gonna back out. And at this point they're pretty scared. Oh, please don't. Oh my god. She's just running to see if we're backing in a bush. Really? All right, we'll back up over here under the turret. So, yeah. But yeah, when you are in a disadvantage, you want to play it safely, farm under turret, look for those all-ins. Like, one thing you just gotta realize when you're playing something like KAISA is that you're not good at poking. You are an all-in champion to your bone. So you want to be looking for those, and you don't want to do it when the enemy is of course much more healthy than you. So if you're playing in a disadvantage, play safe, farm, rather like end up losing your turret and being a bit behind in farm than start giving them kills. Because if you do fall behind, oh, I'm out of range for my ult here actually, but otherwise I could do this. All right, we're gonna try and cheese out the snare. Oh, that was really easy, because that means that we can just do this. And this is what I mean at this point. It is so easy for us to deal with this. I won't be able to kill her, and I'm not going to go under turret. It is so easy for us to do this now, using our ult to reposition. And I think we should talk a little bit about how to actually use your ult to its full capabilities. So your ult, basically when you jump to a target, is extremely good because you can jump anywhere in a circle around them. And this means that you can actually trick your opponent quite significantly. One of the things, let's say that you're playing against them right here, you can use your ult such that you end in the bush, which makes it hard for them to see you, which is extremely good. Like, this way you can actually trick your opponents very easily by positioning in a way that scares them. Or if you're playing against, like, let's say a Saya and you need to dodge the feathers, you can just position on the opposite side of them. So think about how you use your ult to position yourself, because it actually means quite a lot. It basically, like, it can basically turn the whole freaking outcome of a fight. This is very cheesy, but I totally like this. I totally like this is so cheesy. I guess. Oh my god. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for her. Why didn't he pre-stun? Dude, what are you doing? Why did he didn't? No, we don't want to surrender. We can 4v5 this. We have one guy AFK apparently. Well, we've had it since level 7, so I think we can do this. I have faith. I need to back out and take care of this though, because otherwise we'll have an open inhib, which when we are 4 people is really bad at this point. So I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna take care of this. Okay, no. Kali's there. Fine, we'll run back out. Well, it's our jungle that's AFK, so it's, I guess in a way it's a better scenario. Like, to be honest, I'd rather have a jungle AFK than a mid lane, because jungle is like, then I can just go in and take the farm. Mid lane, most junglers then don't swap to mid lane because they're gonna start losing gold, and this basically means that mid lane is just gonna open up and they're gonna push in if I don't go there. But with mid lane gone, or with jungle gone, I can just take these camps when I'm kind of looking for extra, and I don't have to think about whether or not it's something that I should or shouldn't do due to my jungler's current position. All right, so we'll go back down here. We'll get this. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start talking a little bit about how to actually play this champion as we move into the mid and late game. So generally speaking, what you want to be doing is that you want to, in the mid game, once you get this turret down, you want to go to the mid lane. And the reason why you want to do this is so that you're as close as possible to all of the objectives. Oh, we got to be very careful here. How fed is she? Oh, she's not that fed. Okay, me running all the way up here was totally not worth it. Didn't really stop anything. I'm going to start running. We need to go down, help this turret. Maybe I shouldn't have fired off my W, because now I cannot do like an all-in on these guys, but I will still be able to save this. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, this is kind of a hectic game because we have one AFK, but we just kind of ignore that part. We'll try and win it despite that. I definitely think we can. Right there, and we'll move down. At this point, I need a little bit of vision. Whoa, that was a little scary actually. If I could hit my ult there, or my W, or a stun. If he hits a stun here, I can jump. No, we have Karthus here. Cool. All right, we're moving off a little bit. There we go. We'll play it safely. But yeah, in the mid game, once we get this turret down, we want to be rotating to the mid lane in order to stay close to objectives. And then we, generally speaking, want to play around... objectives. Drakes, Barons, Rift Heralds, and turrets. This is our objective. With KAISA, however, if you do see an ADC stroll off, like an enemy ADC stroll off to another lane, then you can actually go assassinate it, because with KAISA you're extremely strong. You can use your W at far range to get a plasma stack, and then you can jump on them with your ult. So this can be very useful. We have to back off this. This is a death if we stay. There's no way we save this, I think. Oh, maybe we do, actually. The thing is, I don't know if there's more people here. And Karthus ult can, even if we play it right, can finish us off. So I'm very, very skeptical around staying there. At least for now. Okay. Maybe we can actually do this. All right, we'll grab this farm. And you see right now, we're actually really far ahead. We're 60 farm ahead of their ADC, which is extremely good. And I can probably 1v2 these guys. If I dodge the snare, I can 1v2. The thing is that, again, we have some issues with this mid lane getting pushed. I don't know if I should odds on her not go. Like, I don't want to... The thing is, I should be going there now. But, yeah. This is where we need a jungler, right? I think maybe Cho going off is fine because I can do all these. Like, I can win versus these two alone at this point. We're pretty fed. A lot more fed than they realize.
I'll be back.
Okay, so if that hits, I'm actually just gonna go all in. There we go. Like, we are a lot more fed, and this is exactly what I said. Like, I know exactly when this Lux does miss a snare, we just go fly in their face, which is extremely good. So right here, let's push this turret so we can open up the map. So potentially we can start and actually do something about this mid lane that's been kind of a mess. So I'm gonna go mid lane now. I'm gonna call for my mid laner to go bot, and hopefully she will listen, and this will make it a lot easier to us, or for us to deal with this game that's kind of like spinning out of control right now. Let's grab this one, grab that one, get ourselves a control ward, and move mid lane. So for the mid game, you have, since KAISA is kind of this cool ADC that can both duel, since she's a good duelist, and also can play team fights very, very well. We can actually do this. This guy's totally overplaying. Need to watch for the stun. I have a heal. Wasn't enough. We tried though. That's fine. All right, I'm gonna grab this red buff. There we go. We'll go mid. But yeah, she's very cool because you can both use your W and jump and even E in order to assassinate your target, which is really, really nice. You can even hide in a bush. You're much more bursty than a lot of other ADCs, and you also have insanely good sustain damage. So you're like an overall just like, yeah, your capabilities are just insane, and you really do want to take advantage of this. Right here, I know he's right there. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to kill him because I know as long as he's alive, we can get the Drake. But now killing him puts us in a situation where we can get it. And I know this is like, this probably wouldn't work if it wasn't, like if these guys were insanely good. So me doing these kind of plays, but it's still one thing it does show is the potential of this champion, how good it is at like assassinating things. Like you can really duel people on her, so you can exploit that. Just she's kind of an assassin mixed into a like an AD carry, and it's just so freaking good and so fun to play. All right, we're gonna go take the blue because why not? We're gonna get some extra gold because if we're supposed to carry this game when we're only 4 people, we need to accumulate as much gold as we possibly can, and right now there's like no objective that I really want to fight for. So I'm gonna get this. There we go. My team is unfortunately taking a fight that they're losing. I'm hoping this guy chases. Nope. Okay, it doesn't. In which case, I'm gonna go ahead and take this. All right, we need to go back up here. I don't want to go for all in. Wait, maybe. Let's see. 2. There's one person I don't know where is. Thing is, I might not win this. Yeah, this is exactly why I didn't want this fight, is because Irelia without my ult is something I can't beat. Like, there's just no way. There's no way I win that fight against Irelia when I don't have ult. If we had ult there, I could ult out of her ult, and I could ult backwards. Okay, let me try and explain something. Because when Irelia has all of her knives, like kind of or blades around you with the ult, then there's an opening in the back, and if I use my ult that way, it actually won't hit me. Like I won't go through those blades, getting slowed and taking a lot of damage. So that's the way I want to ult, because when you do use KAISA's ult, she doesn't like teleport or blink or flash over there. She moves really quickly, which means you do run into stuff on the way if there is something. So this is something you do need to keep in mind when using her ult, that you want to use it such that you don't run into something. For like getaways and other cool stuff, something that I use very frequently that is a super big outplay on KAISA is, let's imagine you're trying to run away from someone. Then you try and run up towards a wall with them, and then use your ult to make you get onto the other side of the wall, and they won't be able to follow you. This is a very, very cool trick that people literally don't expect, and it's very simple to do. But yeah, here in the mid game, seeing as we're only 4 players, team fighting phase might get a little difficult for me to show, because it's mostly gonna be like we have to play around kind of just picking off our enemies when they don't expect it to. But if we are going into team fights, then we want to be playing the back line. We want to be going for the closest target that we can. And then whenever we get the option of, like, if we're stronger than their ADC, what you can do is then you can fire off your W onto the back line, try and see if you can find an angle, and then jump onto them and just assassinate them. The cases where this can be really good to do, I'm not telling you to do this every time, but there are cases where this is extremely good. This is especially when their front line is just trying to chase to you. Like, they're running towards you and you're on your own back line. Like, once they get to you and you then just ult to their backline, then they have to run all the way back, and they literally just lost the team fight just by like literally running a half marathon back and forth. So this is one of the cool things about KAISA, because she is this mixture between an assassin and an ADC. You can go for the front line, you can deal tons of damage, and you actually scale extremely well, just as well as any other ADC basically, which means that it's not bad for you to go for the front line. It just means that you have the capabilities, if you need to jump onto their backline, both to peel yourself to get far away from enemies trying to dive you, but also quite oppositely, just to assassinate their ADC and instantly win the fight that way. It does require some finesse though, and it's something that you'll probably learn along the way, because it isn't the easiest thing to do. I'm expecting this guy to be somewhere around here, so we'll try and fire it off. He wasn't. He ran this way. Cool. I'm with this guy, so we can assassinate this really quickly. I don't have CC, so can't really do that much. I'm actually gonna go for like a great play here. We don't even need to use or jump. I was holding on to it, and I was also holding on to my E in case the enemy used a jump or something, or not jump, if Lux fired off a snare. Then I could just move out of the way using my E or my ult or whatever I need. All right, so again, gonna get this, and you can see right now we're really good on farm, so this is why we're staying so well in the game. We can go get Drake. I can help with this. Oh wow, there's a minion in the way. Rip. All right, so there's a flash. We run over here. I'm checking the bush just so I don't gonna get assassinated by like someone standing in that bush. We'll hurry down. We can get, this is the third Drake. If we get the fourth, then this 4v5 match is gonna get so much easier for us. We'll grab this one. There we go. This fight, I'm not 100% sure whether or not it's a good one or not. I'm out of range to jump, and I don't have a ton of mana. I'm very, very hesitant to go in here. I really don't want to, because Kali's already half HP, which means I have to kill all of them, and they have a set. So if I jump over there and he uses his grab plus his enormous damage, then I am gonna end in a really bad scenario. So again, I'm a little hesitant here. I might be able to do it, but the thing is, I don't want to risk a shutdown. I'm kind of staying out for a second. Right here, I see a good position I can get in. Right here, we're gonna try and get everything. I'm gonna die to the Karthus sitting there and killing me from his death, but we did win the team fight regardless, unless these guys actually managed to lose it 2v1. I think they are actually. Holy crap. Oh wow. Okay, we almost won the team fight. All right, I think for this one, let's have a look real quick. I think we're gonna go Hurricane just to have this enormous AoE damage, which is really good for us. Seeing as we're too few players, then I can AoE them down much faster. But yeah, it's like, considering the fact that we are playing in an outnumbering situation constantly, we're actually doing pretty well overall. And you can see kind of what I mean with going for the back line and trying to take things out. That's also what I did here. I noticed where their set was positioned. I knew his CC was my primary concern. I knew I can beat their backline very easily. The only thing that I didn't, or well, I did know this, but it was kind of like, I was like kind of taking the risk, is that I know that even though when we kill Karthus, he still deals damage, which is really annoying. Thanks for that, Riot. Really appreciate it. But yeah, you can see how we jumped onto the back line, and I knew what we could and couldn't duel and what we were sitting on of our abilities. And this is a good way of like kind of taking care of that part. We're gonna... Oh, that's not good. I don't see anything here. Callista's down here. She does have Immortal Shield Bow. So one thing I do need to be is I need to be slightly careful against her. Because when her Immortal Shield Bow does proc, it can be a little tricky. And she is a good bursty champ. But her items is... like, she's very far behind me. So I should be able to beat her very easily. Again, my team is... looking for a fight, I think, which is not good, but I know that if they kill my team here, like, we lose the fight. So I have to go up and kind of get ready. But ideally, I do want my mid laner to go down and take care of these shoving bot side, etc. But if I can hit this... Oh. If I hit that, I can instantly just go for a kill. Akali might get caught here. Their entire team is not here, so I see this as an option of potentially getting them. All right, back out. No, 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 no. That's a bad idea, buddy. That's a very bad idea. All right, so I know I have Kalista around this area right now. She's kind of like... Right here, I see I can just pick her up. This can turn the fight into our advantage in terms of us sitting in a 4v5. This also means that I don't have my ult. But you can see this is exactly what I mean with the potential for a KAISA to just take these 1v1 fights, right? Oh, wow. I can't believe that this actually hit. Yeah, I'm dead. I did not think that would hit. That was just, it was like it just angled. Like, it was just insane. That was a good snare locks. I'm impressed that hit. Because I feel like that was like, it did like this. It felt like it did like this. And it just hit us. But yeah, fair enough. I guess we're going to eat that one. For this, we have two options. We could go for a Guardian Angel, which will be good. But I feel like in this case, I might just go for the Bloodthirster. I know this is super greedy. But I feel like at this point, like... In this particular fight, maybe it would have made a difference, but I probably would just spawn and instantly died again. So I don't think it would have. And I feel like this is what's going to happen if I die. They're just going to... I'm just going to rest into another death. So we're going to try to get a Bloodthirster. But yeah, I think considering the fact that we're playing this 4v5, you can see how well we're doing. And we are playing safely. You can see we only had 3 deaths. And this is my primary concern all the time. I don't care about this. No, 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 no. We need to go get this Drake. This is our 4th Drake. 4th Drake soul. This is what is important to us. I want to get this Drake. I don't care about this Baron. Baron is not going to give them stats to really beat us. But this is going to give us stats to actually win the fights, which is much more important. And there we go. That's a much better. So I'll trade Soul for Baron any day right now as we're 4v5. And we'll just get as much as we can here. See if we can get gold to actually finish some items. Get our Bloodthirst. So maybe we'll go back and just buy an elixir directly so we can we need to up our stats. We know that a fight is probably coming and this is going to be the final fight. All right. So one thing I need to be a little careful. I really want the red buff, but I'm also scared about going in here. I see Akali isn't, so apparently I'm using her as my meat shield. And we'll grab this. There we go. But yeah, as you guys can see in the late game, I'm still making sure that... and this is, even though this is a 4v5, I'm still making sure, and especially if you're also playing a normal game where you do have 5 players, then it's so important to make sure that you keep your farm up. You can see we've kept our farm up all game. We almost have 10 CS a minute. And this is the one reason why I'm able to pull this off. I'm able to pull this off because of that, not because of anything else. The kills have come because of the CS, not the other way around. All right, so right here, we need to go in and we need to help the base because right here, they are going to go to and try to finish. And we need people to not get caught. I'm going to run up. I'm actually going to buy an elixir because I think this will be all or nothing. So I might as well get some extra stats. All right. They're not going to be able to finish right there. They are going to... I think they might rotate bot side. If I have my W here, this could be good. And I'm just going to make sure that I kill this. So that's going to be another free kill for us. I see them coming in. My ult there might have been a little too much. I think maybe I shouldn't have used it, actually. All right, I'm pulling back. I'm holding on. I'm waiting behind my team right now. And I'm waiting for them to use something so I can go in. And this is exactly why I didn't want this. It's because I knew it really could jump on us. And I shouldn't have backed this play by Camille. Because it is too risky. We needed the rest of our team. I don't really know why the rest of our team didn't go down there, but seeing as they didn't, we really, really shouldn't have stayed for it. We shouldn't have stayed for that fight. We should have backed out. And like, it really is a really annoying champ to deal with because of her Q and all of her jumps. She's really, really difficult to deal with. Unfortunately, I do think they're going to end this game, and there's not really that much we can do about it. But let's be real. If this had been like a 5v5, we would most definitely have been able to win this game. And also, if our team had helped out, and what they did, I think they did okay, I guess. But with a little bit of a better team, we would have been able to pull this off. And also, some of the mistakes I did on their way also put us in a situation that made it more difficult. Like the end one here, I shouldn't have gotten caught there. I shouldn't have helped Camille. I should have seen this. But I think this kind of gives the fuss about how to play KAISA, the mindset you need to have, your kind of potential. You can go for the front line. You can use your ult to jump onto the back line. You can play assassin. You can do so much stuff with this champion. Like, she has such an unlimited potential if you're creative with how to play her. But yeah, I really do hope you guys learned a thing or two from this one. If you did, then make sure to hit that like button. And yeah, if you're new in here, make sure to go down below, click the subscribe button, join into our awesome community. And lastly, if you want to hang out with me on stream, then go to twitch.tv/MipZ_live. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. As always, stay awesome, have fun, and take it easy, guys.